Good evening, everyone. In today's class, we're going to do miscellaneous exercise of chapter 7. First question, 1 by x minus x cube. X minus x cube, we can write it as x times 1 minus x square. 1 minus x square, we split as 1 plus x into 1 minus x. Now, this can be integrated using partial fractions. So, a by x, b by 1 plus x, c by 1 minus x. Now the normal thing, take LCM to come to this step, cancel the denominators. The remaining what we have is this. Now use the factors in order to find the values of A, B, C. First I am utilizing x. It is x here, so x equal to 0. So when x is 0, B will vanish, C will vanish. We'll be able to find the value of A. Then I am using 1 plus x, so that means x equal to minus 1. So when I use x as minus 1, A will vanish, C will vanish. We'll be able to find the value of B. Then I'm using 1 minus x. You can see each and every term that is given in the denominator of the sum after we split. And we use one term as we proceed. So when we use 1 minus x, we get x equal to 1. Substituting that, A will vanish and C will vanish. So we'll be able to get the value, B will vanish. We'll be able to get the value of C. So after you obtain the values of A, B, C, go to the step where we split the term, we have expanded it. Apply the concerned values A, B, C here, start integrating them. With this you come to this step. A value is 1, B value was minus half, C value is plus half. Now 1 by x integration is log x, whereas 1 by x plus 1 integration will be log of x plus 1. But when you do 1 minus x integration, it would be minus log of 1 minus x, because when we differentiate 1 minus x, we get a minus dt. If you do it by substitution method, the dx will change to minus dt. Therefore, you get a minus out. So you have to be aware of that when you get any term x coefficient other than 1. So if you don't have plus 1, if you have any other term other than plus 1, then differentiate that also. Otherwise, you might miss this minus. So this is the answer. Question number 2. 1 by root over x plus a plus root over x plus b. Rationalize the denominator. Denominator will be x plus a minus of x plus b. X get cancelled, we'll have a minus b. Now integrate the term. Just like we integrate x power n. X power n integration is x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So root of x plus a integration is x plus a to the power of 1 plus 1 by 2 by 1 plus 1 by 2, which is 2 by 3 by 2 and then 2 by 3. Because it is x plus a, the substitution will not hinder anything. If you take t as x plus a, dt equals to dx. So we don't show that step. But in case if I have any coefficient here, like 2x or 3x, then we should be getting a 1 by 2 or a 1 by 3 outside. Otherwise, when it's plus 1, we can simply write the term directly. Next is question number 9, which is also using partial fractions. So I'm first picking up questions which are partial fractions and substitution models. So 6 is one of that kind. 5x by x plus 1 into x square plus 9. Just partialize it by splitting the term. So we get a by x plus 1, bx plus c by x square plus 9. Normal LCM. First we utilize the factor that is available. So we are taking x plus 1, x is minus 1. We find the value of a. Then we compare the coefficients of x square term. When you compare x square terms, you will be able to find the b value. And when you compare x terms, you will be able to find the c value. Once you find a, b, c value, apply it over here. A by, it's minus half by x plus 1. We get minus half integration of 1 by x plus 1 dx plus b is a half integration of x by x square plus 9 and c is 9 by 2. So that means plus 9 by 2 integration of 1 by x square plus 9. 1 is log, because it's 1 by x plus 1, so 1 will give us log of x plus 1. The other one, denominator we have an x square, numerator we have x, so substitution will work. By substitution we get log only again, so minus half log of x plus 1. Next one, it is by substitution, but I am not showing any step. Take t as x square plus 9, dt will cancel the x, but you get a 1 by 2. So therefore this will be 1 by 4 log of x square plus 9. And the next one is by special integral, 1 by root over, 1 by x square plus a square. So then you integrate 1 by x square plus 9 using 1 by x square plus a square. So we get 9 by 2 into 1 by 3 tan inverse x by a. And that's the answer for this one. After the 6th is over, the next type is 9th. This is substitution. Cos x by root over 4 minus sin x square. I'm going to do that. Cos x by root over 4 minus sin square x dx. Don't forget to put the dx because it's very important. Take t as sin x. So dt by dx will be cos x. So therefore dt by cos x is equals to dx. So t is sin x, dt equals to cos x. Substitute this back into the question. Cos x by root over 4 minus t square, integrating dt, dx becomes dt cos x. So now it's integration of 4 minus t, root over 1 minus, root over 4 minus t square. This is in the form of 1 by root over a square minus x square, which is sin inverse x by a. So we get sin inverse t by 2. So sin inverse t being sin x by 2 plus c. So e power x by 1 plus e power x by 2 plus e power x. Integration. First use substitution so that you can get rid of this e power x. So taking t as e power x, differentiation of e power x is e power x itself. So dt by e power x is the dx term. So when t is e power x, dx is dt by e power x. Substitute that back into the question. Integration of e power x by 1 plus t into 2 plus t, and dx is dt by e power x. E power x will get cancelled. So integration dt by 1 plus t into 2 plus t. We can't integrate like this, so we have to use partial fractions. So for the purpose of partial fractions, I am not putting the integration sign or dt. I am simply taking their terms separately. So 1 plus t into 2 plus t. So this will get separated as a by 1 plus t plus b by 2 plus t. LCM will take you to a into 2 plus t plus b into 1 plus t equals to 1. The denominator will get cancelled. I am not doing that step, so you come to this step straight away. Now utilizing the factors given, when t is minus 1, a equals 1 equals a into 1 plus b into 0. Therefore a value is 1. Then we take t as minus 2. Let t equals to minus 2. In that case, 1 equals a into 0 plus b into minus 1. So b will be minus 1. So once you find A and B value, apply it in the place where we are, split the sum. So this will be 1 by 1 plus t minus 1 by 2 plus t. Integrate them, make sure that it is dt, and it is dt here. And both the terms don't have any coefficient for t except plus 1. So we can write log directly. So log of 1 plus t minus log of 2 plus t plus c. Or you can write this as log of 1 plus t by 2 plus t. Log a minus log b is log a by b plus. So this question number 22nd from the miscellaneous. This is also partial fractions. Before you use partial fractions, or before you start proceeding the sum with partial fractions, make sure that the degree of the numerator is lesser than the degree of the denominator. The numerator degree is 2, denominator degree, even if you multiply, it will be cube only. So therefore, degree of the denominator is more than the degree of the numerator. So we can directly start the partial fractions. So I'm leaving the integration sign, I'm leaving the dx, only writing the question separately. X square plus x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 the whole square into x plus 2. This is a by x plus 2 plus b by x plus 1 plus c by x plus 1 the whole square. Take LCM, denominator will get cancelled. So you get x square plus x plus 1 equals a times x plus 1 the whole square, b into x plus 2 into x plus 1, and c into just x plus 2. Now start using the factors. So let x is equal to minus 1. When x is minus 1 square is 1, minus 1 plus 1 equals a into 0, b into 0, whereas c into 1. So I get 1 equals c into 1, so c equals to 1. Then let x is equal to minus 2. So when x is minus 2 square is 4, minus 2 plus 1 equals a into minus 2 plus 1, that's minus 1 square, b into 0, and c into 0. So 4 minus 2, 2, 2 plus 1, 3. So a, so into 1. So a equals to 3. A is 3, C is 1. Let's find the value of B. But all the factors that is available is being used. So next is to compare the terms. While comparing, don't make any mistake, be very careful. I have x squared term here, and when I expand this I get an x squared term here. When I multiply I get an x squared term here. This is the maximum x squared term that can generate from this statement. So comparing the coefficient of x squared, I get 1 equals a plus b. A value we found just now as 3. So 1 equals 3 plus b. So b equals minus 2. Substitute the ABC value that we obtained. So a is 3. So integration of 3 by x plus 2 dx. B is minus 2. So minus 2 integration of 1 by x plus 1 dx. And c is 1. So 1 by integration of x plus 1 the whole square. Since it's x plus 2, it will give us log. So 3 log x plus 2. The next is x plus 1, so we get 2 log x plus 1. The next one is x plus 1 the whole square. So don't write log, it's square. So take it out. Write it as x plus 1 to the power of minus 2 and then use x power n rule. So this way we get x plus 1 to the power of minus 1 by minus 1. So 3 log x plus 2, which yes, we can write it as log x plus 2 the whole cube minus log x plus 1 the whole square and minus 1 by x plus 1 plus c. You can leave it like this, or you can put these two logs under log a by b form. So log of x plus 2 the whole cube by x plus 1 the whole square minus 1 by x plus 1 plus c. Depending upon the way you simplify the sum, your answer might change, but I think you are able enough to catch it up with your book answer. So 34th question, integration of 1 by x square, 1 by x square into x plus 1. This is a definite integral question, so we have to integrate them and then apply the limit. So first partial fractions, a by x, b by x square, c by x plus 1. The usual story of partial fractions will come. You take LCM, you take the values for x, you find ABC. Everything is as usual. So you apply the ABC value, you come to this step, and then you start integrating, you get an answer. Once you come to this answer, substitute the limits. So it's minus log x minus 1 by x plus log of x plus 1 is the answer which I am getting. Now applying upper and lower limit for each term rather than doing it for all the terms at a time. So I'm separating the limit for each and every term as you see here. So for each and every term the limit is separated, upper and lower limit is applied for each one separately. Simplify it, you'll get the answer. Number 41 and 29 is also similar type. So I picked up that also. Here I am writing e power minus x as 1 by e power x. E power minus x is 1 by e power x. Then take LCM. So it will be e power x the whole square to the power of e power x. Now follow substitution. Take t as e power x. dt will cancel the numerator e power x. The question will transform to dt by t square plus 1. So tan inverse t, substitute the t function. So first writing e power minus x as 1 by e power x, take the LCM, then substitution, then integrate in terms of t. 29, rationalize the denominator. Rationalize the denominator, apply the integration for each and every term, apply the limit. Once you apply the limit, you get 2 power 3 by 2 minus 1 power 3 by 2. And here 2 by 3 to 1 power 3 by 2 minus 0 power 3 by 2. So keep simplifying, you get 2 power 5 by 2 by 3, which is 4 root 2 by 3. So this one is similar to the second sum that we did in the miscellaneous, where we have to rationalize and proceed. So I think you'll be able to do it if you do it on your own. Thank you. So with this, I'm done with few selected questions from the miscellaneous chapters of integration.